Leadership. We hear that word every day. What is leadership to you? What defines leadership? What characteristics are important for leaders to embody? Are leaders born or made? But have you ever been asked how leaders differentiate which organizational dreams are worth pursuing based on their resources? Since High Point is all of our home away from home, we have chosen to focus on community-based leaders in order to represent a part within us all. Continue watching as we hear from 7 local leaders from a variety of different industries, giving us some tips and tricks that they have learned throughout the years on setting realistic dreams.
Realistic dreams versus unfeasible dreams. What a balancing act. For us in our day-to-day operations, keeping it simple, playing it safe, making sure everyone is getting the blocking and tackling right, every day, every time. That's realistic dreams. But there's nothing wrong in having big dreams. Sometimes that means taking big chances. But when you decide to shoot for the moon, do it with a passion. Surround yourself with teammates that believe in the mission. Have problem solvers, not problem finders. And making sure you have the right people in the right slots. And ask yourself, what is your organization the best at? Play into your strengths. Because sometimes things that seem unfeasible or even impossible, you'll realize you and your team might just pull it off and accomplish it. But at the end of the day, stay focused on the mission, do it with a passion, and win as a team.
Hi there, my name is Dylan Denning and I'm Chief Concierge here at High Point University. When I think about a leader being asked to push the limits for their organization, my mind immediately goes back to my team's response to the 2020 outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially our response at High Point University. Very close to overnight, we went from a 9-to-5 organization to a close to 24/7 organization, being responsive to students, faculty, staff, parents, community members nearly around the clock. While this was really scary to me at first, and it seemed like an unfeasible goal with the small amount of employees I had on my team at the time, I was able to kind of pause, go back to the kitchen, rearrange a few things, and we came out, and kind of performed in flying colors. I was able to lead by example with my team because if they saw me crack, I knew that they would crack under pressure too. And it was kind of a whole new uncharted territory that we were dealing with. So while it did feel like an unfeasible dream, it really became quickly something that could be a reality for us. And now we've taken our new business model and started to grow and develop and become an even more innovative concierge service than we ever were before. And like Dr. Cobain says, there are no unrealistic dreams, just unrealistic timelines. So just stick with it and lead by example.
My name is Joe Hellinger, and I'm the current president of Frenchman Rotary Club here in High Point. Rotary has had a challenge for many years where our membership has remained stagnant at 1.2 million members. We lose as many as we bring in every year and can't buck that trend. So the goal from Rotary International has been to encourage all memberships to grow at the club level. We've taken that locally through our district and have asked all presidents to have each member of our club sponsor a new member into Rotary this year. I think the goal is admirable. It's a very inclusive goal, which is always a good thing, but it's totally unobtainable. We have members of our club that have been in Rotary for 30 years and never sponsored a new member, and they're not going to this year. So what I've done is I've asked all my members to bring one prospective guest to a meeting during the first 6 months of the year. Asking a person to come as a prospective guest or prospective member is simply asking somebody to come to a free lunch. It's that simple. So when you turn it that way and ask somebody to do something very simple, very easy, we've had pretty good results so far. We're in the second month of our Rotary year. We've had 6 members bring prospective guests. A total of 10 prospective guests have come to a meeting, and we've converted 6 of those into memberships. And so we haven't brought in 6 new members in probably 5 years combined. We've done that in 2 months simply by remembering what the basics are of asking people to come and putting emphasis on that.
Differentiate between what's realistic and what's unattainable. By knowing the resources that they have at hand, the resources that are available to them through collaboration, and the resources that are within the community. And you have to be able to say that something is not going to be accomplished because you don't have all the necessary resources. And And saying that something cannot be accomplished is not failure. That's just being realistic. That allows you to focus on the things that you do well, the things that are feasible, the things that can be accomplished. And the way you go about doing that is establishing short-term goals, mid-term goals, and then long-term goals. And as you're accomplishing these goals, you're continuing to build upon the resources you already have at hand. And then you're also learning other organizations where there's an intersection of mission that can work with you to accomplish even more. It's all about what you can do together as a community. And there are very few things that are unfeasible, but working together, you can accomplish most anything. But it really is being realistic in your evaluation, knowing the resources that you have within your own organization and the resources that are available within the community. If you know those things, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish that's realistic.
Hey everyone, this is Karen Park, Kisses for Kate. I am the Director of Events for a small nonprofit organization here in the Triad. And what we do is raise money for children with cancer and their families. We started here local in the Triad for Kate Thornton. She was a child who had cancer. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2010, and the organization still continues. As I said, we're a small nonprofit organization, and what I do is I hold the events to raise money for families. Each family caps out at about $2,000 per family so that we have enough funds to go around for all. We set our goals quite small since we are a small fundraising group. We only have about 4 board members that raise money for these families. And our goals are usually set between $10,000 to $15,000. So where you might have United Way, Relay for Life, Cancer of America, where they may raise millions of dollars at their events, which is absolutely wonderful. Ours is usually set at about $10,000 to $15,000. We rely on the community to help us, such as local businesses that will donate to our auction, or even local venues that will give us a space to have our event at. So we rely on the community to help us raise funds for these families. We are a 100% volunteer organization, so none of our board members get paid for what we do, and 100% of what we raise goes to our families. Thank you so much.
I'm going to answer this question taking a quote from Truist's CEO, Kelly King, who always says that leadership is about being honest about where you are, being clear about where you want to go, and having the courage to go there. So in this day and age when innovation and big ideas and dreams are really exciting and really important, as a leader, how are we supposed to know which dreams to follow and which to rein in a little bit? So first step is really taking inventory and being honest about where you and your team are in this situation. Second, most people, they see the achievement at the end of their innovation. And as a leader, it's up to you to make sure that that achievement aligns with the strategy and the purpose. If it doesn't align, there's no use in using those resources. And the last thing is the gut check. Do you have the confidence? Do you have the courage to lead that dream into reality?
So the question is, what is it that a leader does to differentiate between just pie in the sky, Pollyanna thinking, dreams, or reality? How do we make sure that a project that we have, a strategy that we pursue, is real and is doable and can achieve the goals at hand? And the answer is really has to deal with 4 simple things. What is the clarity of vision? What is the goal that we're trying to accomplish? With clarity, what is that? The second one is, what is the strategy that will get us there? Where are we now? Where do we want to go? And how do we get there? The third one is, what is our appetite for risk management? In other words, are we willing to take a risk? Can we mitigate the risk in such a way that we can turn it into an opportunity? But ultimately, it's all about, is the result worth the journey? And the more we can quantify the result, we can quantify our capacity to put resources into it and determine if it's the right thing to do or not. I hope this helps. Good luck.